Joining us now is Republican presidential candidate, Ohio Governor John Kasich. Governor, welcome. Good morning to you. You know, we just heard some very strong questions that were put to the president about how he will now change the battle against ISIS, what this means for his strategy, given the fact that it does not appear to be working. And I think you're going to find that some people were disappointed, will feel that his comments fell short. You want to be president of the United States. If you were standing there at the G20 this morning, given what has just happened in Paris, what would you tell us about what comes next?
Well, Martha, first of all, I would have argued for implementing Article 5, which means that an attack on one is an attack on all of us, which would mean that we would all work, coordinate together to join the French in moving forward to destroy ISIS. Obviously, joint intelligence is absolutely critical in this circumstance, not just in regard to what's just happened, but the future. In addition, I was really amazed. I have been arguing for a no-fly zone on the Jordanian border and on the Turkish border that would provide a sanctuary for people who face war. And the president said, well, maybe we ought to look at it, but I don't know who would defend it. Well, I've already suggested that. The Kurds could defend it. The Jordanians could defend it on the ground. We would protect it from the air. In addition to that, we need to arm the Kurds. They have been very effective working against ISIS, particularly in Iraq. We need to make sure we arm the Kurds, and we work with the Turks to make sure that the Kurds are strong, including in Syria, with the ability of us to launch airstrikes. I mean, there's so many things that we need to do, Martha, and form a coalition to go and destroy ISIS. That is immediate, and it is necessary. And finally, we have to win the battle of ideas. We have to let people know that savages like this are not represented, are not something that we can tolerate in this world. And there's so many different things that need to be done, and I'm disappointed the president, he hasn't done it. He hasn't suggested it.
You know, Donald Trump said we should bomb the you-know-what out of them and that he would surveil mosques. That is language that, frankly, might resonate with some people at this moment, sir.
Well, look, Martha, I'm talking about specific action on the intelligence level. We don't need just bombast now. We need solid plans. We need to coordinate intelligence. We need to take a look at the resources that go to our counterterrorism operations throughout this country. We also need to make sure that we enact Article 5, that we work with the French. We put a coalition together that would, in fact, include Middle Eastern countries, the Jordanians, the Saudis, to join us in a coalition to attack and destroy ISIS. We need specific things. We need to make sure that we work together. And if it means at the end of the day that the U.S. puts boots on the ground, so be it, as long as it's a coalition. I don't want us to get sucked into a civil war with 50 advisors in Syria, which makes no sense to me. But I would like to be part of a big group to destroy ISIS in Syria. And I mean, the list goes on and on, Martha. This is not about sound bites. This is about real policy. And you've got to understand the implications of all of this to be effective.
We are in perilous times. And we thank you very much for being with us this morning, Governor. Governor John Kasich.
Thank you, Martha.